Hey everyone, and welcome to Zoe in Motion, the podcast where we explore the incredible lives of people who changed the world through faith. I'm Mercy.
And I'm Grace. And today, we are kicking off our brand new series with a story that will leave you speechless. Seriously, this guy took faith to a whole new level.
Oh yeah, if you think trusting in God means just saying a prayer before dinner, wait till you hear about George Müller. This man ran orphanages for thousands of kids without ever asking for a dime.
That's right. No fundraising, no GoFundMe, just prayer and crazy faith. And somehow, the money, food, and resources always showed up, often at the last minute.
But here's the kicker. He wasn't always this way. In fact, as a kid, let's just say he was not winning any Citizen of the Year awards.
So let's rewind a bit. George Müller was born in Germany, 1805, and by the time he was 10 years old, he was already stealing money from his own father.
Yeah, not exactly Sunday school material. And it didn't stop there. He was conning his friends, partying, and basically living his best scammer life.
That is, until he got caught. Big time. He ended up in jail, locked up with criminals and even murderers. But did that wake him up? Nope, not yet.
But then, something happened that flipped his life upside down. He had a friend named Beta, yes, that was his actual name, who invited him to a Bible study.
And this wasn't just any Bible study. They prayed on their knees, talked about a God who was loving and personal, and it hit George deep. That night, he prayed for real, and boom, his life changed forever.
Fast forward. George starts studying the Bible, dreams of becoming a missionary, and moves to England. But here's where things get wild.
He meets a guy named Henry Craik, who introduces him to the idea of living by faith. No salaries, no fundraising, just trusting God for everything.
So George and his wife Mary Grove sell all their possessions, give their money to the poor, and rely only on prayer to meet their needs.
I know what you're thinking. How's that gonna work?
Oh, just wait.
In 1835, George saw something heartbreaking. Orphans were homeless, begging, or getting thrown into brutal workhouses. No one cared.
So he did what George Müller does best. He prayed. And before long, donations started pouring in money, food, furniture, everything.
But get this, he never asked anyone for money. Not even once.
And yet, an entire orphanage was built. The first home had 30 girls. Then a second house. Then a third. Over time, 5 huge orphan houses were built, caring for over 2,000 kids at once.
But it wasn't always easy. Some nights, the orphanage had zero food left, and mealtime was minutes away.
So what did George do? He gathered the kids, sat them down at the table, and prayed for food.
And right after he said amen, there was a knock at the door.
A baker had felt led to bring extra bread that morning, and then another knock.
The milkman's cart had broken down in front of the orphanage. He didn't want the milk to go bad, so he gave it all to the kids.
I mean, come on. That's next-level faith.
George Müller went on to care for over 18,000 orphans, distribute 250,000 Bibles, and raise what would be $129 million today, all through prayer.
Even Charles Dickens visited the orphanage, expecting to find starving kids, but instead, he wrote an article praising how well they were cared for.
And when George passed away at 92 years old, thousands of orphans lined the streets to honor him.
George Müller's life is proof that when you trust God fully, He provides.
So next time you're worried about your needs, just remember, God is faithful, even in the smallest details.
That's a wrap for today's episode of Heroes of Faith. Don't forget to subscribe to Zoe in Motion. Our animated series on George Müller is coming soon. Watch out for that. Share, comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you.
Until next time, keep the faith and live boldly.
Bye.